Hey Ross, this is Dustin Wilmus from KMSU Radio. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. What's happening?
Not too much. I was just hoping to ask you a few questions if you got time today.
Sure, go ahead. Be great.
Awesome. Well, I got to say first, it's an honor to be speaking with you. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Well, I'm also excited about the new album by Blood Sworn. Can you tell the listeners, the fans out there, a bit about the new album?
Sure. We just recorded it. We started working on it after we played the Wagenfest in Germany. Biggest heavy metal fest in the world, probably. Me and Mike Lapon, our bassist, we started working on it in around July, and we finished it in December. It's what can I say? It's a great batch of songs, an eclectic bunch of songs. Along some of them are along my Manowar traditions, but you're going to be surprised by a lot of the heaviness of this record.
Awesome. Yeah, you mentioned playing with Mike. Who else do you got on the album with you this time?
We have Mark Lopes lead singing. One of the best new singers around. People are gonna love his singing and his layering. What can I say? I don't know. You're gonna have to listen. It's hard to describe things if you never heard it, but it's really tremendous.
Well, Ross, you obviously have a knack for writing riffs, and I know you've released a lot of music over the years, but how is the writing process these days? Has it changed much for you?
Well, it's harder as you get older, coming up with fresh material, fresh ideas. But I'm lucky enough to be able to know when I'm onto something. I think the best thing that I've done is every time I think of something, I have the phone. I put the idea right on the phone, so I don't lose it. So sometimes people have a lot of ideas. I'm sure it's happened to you. You have an idea about something, and then you forget it.
Sure.
And I think the best thing to do is to always carry your phone or a voice recorder around, and what can I say? Just record yourself.
Well, again, the new album by Blood Sworn coming out, and I know you're going to be, looks like, on tour for most of the year here.
Yeah, we're in. Right now, we're shooting our video today in Syracuse. We'll be in Quebec tomorrow. Three shows in Canada, about another 9 shows in the Midwest, and then in April we go to Europe and Australia, and then the tour will pick up, I think, in the West Coast May, June, and then festivals all across Europe in the summer, and then October, November, a major European tour.
Awesome. Yeah, you mentioned playing some of the festivals over there in Europe. It seems like as far as the metal goes, it's like the 1980s there every year.
Yes, it hasn't changed much. The people, young people get into metal, unlike, sad to say, not as many young people here. It's more like rap music and stuff like that. But, heavy metal still is big in the United States. It's just not what it was. Metal in Europe is insane. It's great.
Well, speaking of touring, Ross, I got to ask you, I'm also a huge fan of Black Sabbath. I know you were on the Heaven and Hell tour, and, that kind of got the ball rolling for you as far as Manowar goes. But can you tell me a bit about, what it was like touring, Iommi, obviously the king of the riff?
Absolutely. When I found myself in this French band, Shakin Street, after the Dictators had taken a hiatus, we were on tour with Black Sabbath in England. We were opening for them. It's unbelievable because our manager, Sandy Perlman, also at the time started managing Black Sabbath as well as Blue Oyster Cult. So we're on the road. We're in England, and I'm opening for my idols. I can't believe it. Tony Iommi, my God, and they're doing Black Sabbath. And Ronnie Dio comes up to me in Birmingham or Manchester, one of those English cities, and he says, "Oh, by the way, I really love your guitar playing, blah, 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 blah. Love your band Shakin Street, love the Dictators, love New York punk rock." I said, "You know what? I have a guy now on my crew. His name's Joey DeMeo, and I think you guys would get along. So why don't you go meet him?" I said, "Okay, Mr. Dio, whatever you say, sir." Yes, General. So I next minute I'm becoming friends with Joey, and the friendship grew, and we decided to form a band, and that band was called Manowar.
Yeah, Manowar is those albums that you made with those guys still the best, I think, and I noticed you got a new recording of Hail and Kill for the new album as well.
Yes, yes. Did you? Yes. And I'm really happy with the 3 songs I redid by Manowar that I co-wrote. It's just great way. You ever leave the studio and I wish I did this, I wish I did that. Well, I did that now, so I got to do it again. I'm very happy with it.
Is that in response at all, I guess, to Manowar re-recording those old albums? I don't know why they do that, but
No, it was just the fact that I wanted to, and the label thought it was a good idea, and it's Mark Lopes had a really fresh take on the vocals, and I think everybody's going to be really pleased when they hear these songs.
Definitely, yeah, it's great. You've had a long career, Ross, and fans of punk music and the Dictators, and of course the Manowar fans. I mean, you have probably the biggest collection of diehard fans in music, I would say.
It's pretty good.
Well, you mentioned the Dictators before. I noticed you guys. Are you on a hiatus, or are you officially over at this point?
Well, I think that the band, the new version of the band, the Dictators NYC. I think we stopped playing. I think the Dictators had to change. We had to change our name. We couldn't use Dictators anymore because the 4 of us, the 4 original Dictators, own the name Dictators, the Dictators, and two want to play, me in Manitoba, and then the 2 others that aren't playing at all said, "No, you can't play. You got to pay us." And we said, "You know what? Go pound sand." So, but we're stopping for a while until we think what to do.
Well, you obviously have plenty of stuff on your plate already, and
plenty of stuff. We just did 7 years as the Dictators NYC, so like two tours to Europe a year, so we did okay.
Definitely. Well, again, By Blood Sworn coming out, and you touched on it a little bit, but I guess I would like to know your thoughts on the metal scene today. Is there anyone out there really, guitarists or otherwise, impressing you as far as that goes?
As guitar players, I think all the old guys. I mean, I don't have enough time to listen to new music all the time. I'm so busy. I know that the new Judas Priest record is fantastic. I really love it. But Andy Sneap is their producer is replacing Glenn Tipton, the immortal Glenn Tipton on road, and which is kind of upsetting, but that's the way it has to be. I'm sure Glenn will be all right eventually, but as of now, well, but the old bands, the old guard is still there making great music.
Yeah, it's kind of sad in a way to think when the old guard isn't around, if there's really going to be anybody there to kind of pick up the ball,
Yeah, well, you'd think that there's some new bands. I'm sure there are out there, but you know what? The media in the United States is terrible. It's just terrible. It's there's no MTV like there used to be. There's no super big radio chains playing heavy metal. So the fans themselves keep it alive, very alive.
Yeah, it's definitely cyclical in a way, but we're doing our best here to get the new album out there, By Blood Sworn, and I know you're always busy with stuff. You got the Cage NYC, and you had the radio show. You got the new album. It seems like maybe you don't have time for much else. But is there anything else maybe in the works?
As a matter of fact, I can tell you, By Blood Sworn is being debuted on GimmeRadio.com. That's my new. It's where I DJ. It's a heavy metal internet station, 24/7.
Awesome.
And we have Dave Mustaine and Johan Haig from Amon Amarth, and really great Dean Rispler from the Dictators. We're all DJs.
Awesome. Again, By Blood Sworn sounds great. And Ross, I've been a fan of yours for a long time, and thank you so much for your time today.
Did you get the whole record? You got the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I got the whole thing, and the bonus tracks, and everything sounds great.
Well, enjoy it.
I will. Thank you so much.
You got it.
All right. Bye-bye.